Hello, and welcome back to the Renew Youth Student YouTube channel. Here we're going to talk again about a new topic, that is that the Lord is one. This Lord is one actually finds itself early on in the Bible, in the book of Deuteronomy, on chapter 6, verses 4 through 5. Here God is saying, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God. The Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength." So what God is trying to tell us at this point in what is, let's say, the beginning of Israel in the Bible, as a country, as a tribe, he is saying, okay, you may have seen around you that there are many gods, and that people will say that different animals are gods, or different mountains and rivers, or there might be more than one God. But God at this point says, no, the Lord is one, meaning not only is he unique, is he complete, but also he is the only God. So there is nothing really that can compare to who he is and how powerful he is and great he is. So in other places, he says he's above any other thing or any other king, any other thing that might be represented as a god. And that principle also applies now. There are many people who will maybe claim themselves to be a god. There may be people who will try to point to other things of being God. Like some people will say that the universe itself is God and we just inhabit in it. But in this verse, and what the Bible really tells us is that God really is just himself, unique and different from anything else that we can compare it to. Knowing that, God actually gives us a commandment in this verse.
So he's saying that he is the only God. There's not multiple gods and things like that. And so because he is one and he is fully himself without needing anything else, he gives us a commandment to love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. And what this commandment really means is you have been given one whole body. And so because God is one and he is complete in himself, he's asking you to love him with everything that you are and not hold anything back, because he hasn't withheld himself from us. And so just being able to love him with everything that you are because of who he is, because he is one, because he is unique, because he is the only God, and not to give our love to other things or other gods or other idols and things like that, or representations of God. He's asking us to love him only. And so it's a really strong commandment, because it's a really strong statement that God is saying that he is one. He's not multiple gods. You shouldn't be giving your love to other things, other gods, other different ideologies and things like that. He's saying, just love me with everything that you are. And this is one of the few things that God actually commands us to do. And it follows up with later on. It talks in the 10 Commandments, it talks about how, you should love God only. You should not put other gods before him. And this is just basically what the 10 Commandments is saying. It's saying, don't worship anything else. Only worship God, because God is the only God. He is the one God. And so we shouldn't be giving our love and attention to other things in the world. And so we should be giving God everything that we are. We should love him with our heart, we should love him with our soul, and we should love him with all of our strength. And so in that, it doesn't give us any room to give our attention and our love to anything else, because if we are truly loving God with all of those things, there's not going to be room for anything else in our lives to give that kind of attention to. And so it's a really powerful thing that God is one, and he asks us to worship him in such a way that we honor him with our one body. And so we're going to continue with this later this week. We're going to start talking about the Trinity and how even though God is one, there is different aspects of God that play out in our daily lives, which could get a little confusing, but we wanted to start with just reminding us first that God is one. And so that's where we're going to end for right now. And so stay tuned for Saturday when we start talking more about the Trinity and just everything that goes into that. So we will see you then.
See you.